What is going on, y'all? It's Jabe Castle with West Tennessee Motors. We just got back from High Lifter Mud Nationals. Man, was that a blast. But that is not why y'all are here. Y'all are here to see what the newest upgrade we did to Donna, the 1000 XMR. Powersports Engineering sent us out some of their Neutrino Omega Headlights. So we're about to unbox this. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that like button, commenting, and subscribing. Let me know that you're new. Or just comment that you're old, that you're an older subscriber. Who knows? First and foremost, before we move into the box, I want to go over some basic tools you're going to need. So you're going to need some Torx bits all the way down from, I think the headlight bezel is a 15, T15. And then, of course, you got all your different sizes there. So you're going to need some of those. A good set of those wouldn't hurt. Some zip ties to zip tie wires up. Of course, have a couple of those. Good pair of side cutters. That doesn't hurt. Doesn't matter how big the 1/2 or 3/8 drive ratchet is. I prefer this one because it feels good in my hand. Boom. I believe this is going to be your low beam. I believe this is going to be your high beam. So you can kind of tell the difference in the two. See the difference? See, the low beam has all the different, just a single LED, and this is more like a floodlight for your high beam. And these are plug and play with your unit, with the Gen 3. And then this is going to be your halo connector, and here's the whole harness too as well. So that's what we're going over right now. We're going to go over everything that's in the box. So you get 4 headlights that are included in the package, and then it comes with a full wiring harness for your halos. So for your halos, you get 4 different one of these little waterproof connectors that have the little screw cap, but I do suggest using a little bit of dielectric grease on the end of those, because you, just in case they don't get sealed up good, you have that little bit extra protection. And then this wires into your 12-volt outlet, so you plug this in back in your 12-volt, then you can run the 2 extra little wires on top of that. So boom, boom, those connect right there, and then you're good to go. And then you put this anywhere you want to on your machine. I hadn't decided where I'm putting this, but you sit there and toggle it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So that'll toggle through each different mode. All right, let's get started. So I believe there's these 2 little tabs right here. So you'll pinch that tab, pinch the other tab. See, I'll show you when I get it out further. Pinch that tab, and then I believe this little metal bracket. Oh, yep, there's still mud up in there from Mud Nationals. I'm gonna bring y'all in and show y'all. So to get the top piece, so these little push pins right here, you squeeze both sides, got it loose. And I believe there's gonna be a Torx bit there, and maybe a Torx bit on the other side. I'm not really sure yet. I'm doing this trial by air. So I'm gonna take this Torx bit out and I'll update y'all. Quick little update, so it is a T30 and you'll need some type of extension to get in there. Not this big of an extension. I think it just screws into plastic, so might already have it loose enough to where I can do it by hand. Hopefully y'all can kind of see that. And by the way, you can use code WTM20 at checkout for all Powersports Engineering accessories. So that's what the little bolt looks like. Little T20. Might need a little extension. I'm going to put that in my tray down here. I found out there is a little bolt in there. It's an 8mm, so I apologize that. I'm probably going to update the tool list on that. But you will need an 8mm and an extension to get this little 8mm off right here. I'll show y'all exactly where it is. Boom, just like that. Now I'll bring y'all in a little bit closer. So there is where I was talking about. So this is how you adjust your headlight. So that is where that little 8mm was. it was right, it bolts in, adjust the camera, bolts in right there. That 8mm, so you don't even have to take this Torx bit out. That is just for your fang lights or your, however you want to call it, your accent lights. So you don't have to take that bolt out. And by the way, if you're seeing this right here, the reason that is because I got with Rad Accessories, they sent out the plug so I can run them with my headlights off, my lights right there. So we're gonna get this headlight out of here and we're gonna check it out. So you will need a little screwdriver of some sort to pop off this little plug right here, and this is just an OEM plug. So this is how you plug in the Omega Neutrino Omega. That'll plug into this factory harness right here. So this will be like your, I think this will be your low beam, because these come on with the machine. And as you can see, it's got the little it's got the 2 little LEDs in it. So I'm guessing those 4 LEDs, it's gonna be way bright. So let's get this popped out of here. I think these are T15s right here. Let's get that popped out of there. So let's go back to the table. After we get this other one out, we'll go back to the table and get them swapped over. So just like the other one, I believe there's gonna be an 8mm over here for the, there it is, okay. There's an 8mm, hope y'all can see it. It's in the same spot as the other one, so this is a better example. So squeeze there, and squeeze there. Oh, pop back in there. Boom, just like that. Then you're gonna take your 8mm. All right, I think we almost got it out. Should be able to get it by hand now. Oh yeah. So there is the little 8mm bolt. Once again, same spot, right there. And it goes in right there in your little plastics. So you want to make sure you got that. And by the way, this extra wire, this extra is from Rad Accessories. That has nothing to do with what I'm doing. You don't have to have that. And we're going to get this unplugged real quick. Okay, so what you're looking at here is your high beam. And luckily, it has high beam right there. So what I would suggest to do on the housing is to maybe write an H and maybe an L so you don't get them mixed up. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And let's get our Torx bit to fit. And I believe your Torx bits are going to be there, there, and there. And then it should slide into your new one. So one thing cool I did notice about these, they are definitely more heavy duty. This is all like aluminum or cast versus this is all plastic. I think this is the only aluminum. So basically that'll like dissipate heat better. Never fails, someone always calls me, but what I was saying is this dissipates heat versus this has a very few fins and it feels like more like flimsy. But I will say these headlights are a lot brighter than the old style Can-Am headlights. But these right here, these are going to be really bright. So let's get these Torx bit. It is a 15 already fit tested to that. So let's get these Torx bits out. Or not Torx bit, Torx screw out. I don't know where my smaller ratchet is. I done misplaced it. So that's what the little Torx bit looks like. And do that times 3. So again, that's a T15 on that. So we got those 3 Torx bits out. I believe it just pops right off there like that. And then we are going to go ahead and pop this new one in there. And I believe it goes just like so. So line up all your Torx bits. So you're going to have a Torx bit there, there, and there. You got the right side in. So let's go ahead and pull them little covers off there. Those headlights look sick. Absolutely sick on there, y'all. So there is your factory headlights versus your aftermarket Powersports, the Powersports Engineering ones. So to give y'all a quick little comparison here, we're going to turn these on real quick and show you the difference between the aftermarket Powersports Engineering versus the stock factory. So there is your Powersports Engineering. There is your factory OEM light. Now it looks like I need to adjust this side up a little bit, but I think once I put that one in there, it'll adjust down. So I do have some lights on in here. It looks like this one, I'm gonna have to go outside and do it. Looks like this one goes out further versus that one's like more focused. So we'll see. Again, that's how it looks. So this is gonna be your outside low beam right here. And then the one with all the little LEDs in it is going to be your high beam. That's the best way they go in. So let's go get this one installed, and then we'll get to getting. You're going to want to get this one pushed in as well. Get her good and lined up. Want to line those little tabs up. Get one side in. And kind of push that side in. And then it kind of lines up itself. And it's a pretty snug fit. And you're going to want to put your 8mm bolt in. This is kind of like a touch and go kind of thing. Oh, that one went in a lot easier. Wow. Oh, they were all that easy. So you also want to leave your halo wires hanging down so you can easily plug those in as well. Let's get this last little 8mm tightened up, and then she'll just about be done with this, all the mechanical part, like installing them, minus the halo part, running the wire. But I've already kind of taken some plastics off for that. I think that's going to be pretty easy. And there went the flashlight for the last time, because I'm done right here. All right. If you have an XMR, you probably already know how to take all this apart. Pop that, pull that back, and hopefully it doesn't get caught on that. Pull that back, pop these little twists, and you get to your 12-volt plug right there. Hopefully y'all can see that. And we'll unplug that, figure out which one's positive, which one's negative, and then we'll run our halo wiring harness up to this, and then I'll just about be done. We'll have to throw some zip ties on it, test her out, and make sure everything works right. Other than that, we're about to be done. All right, so there's like a little rubber firewall, and I ran the 4 wires down through there, and they pop out like right around this shock. So I'll probably run them up with the rest of my wires right here, so it'll look all nice and clean. So that's my not ATV stuff and my rad accessories, wiring harness that's ran over there, and then we'll run probably 2 outside wires to these halos, and then we'll run the other 2 right over there, and we'll zip tie them up, and we'll be just about dang near done, minus I have no clue where people are putting these switches on these Gen 3s. So that is a very good question. Do I put it up here? Do I put it down here? I'm not really sure. It's probably just going to be dangling for now, because I'm about ready to be done with this project for the night and move on to something else. We did just get our high lifter A-arm kit from High Lifter for the front and rear, so stay tuned. That will be in the next video. I'll be installing either that video or the next video, I'll be installing these A-arms. So be on the lookout for that. We did go with High Lifter after much thought. Huge thanks to Daniel and the team over there at High Lifter for sending these out, making that happen. Much appreciate the love. Alrighty, got the halos working. They all 4 white, and then this is how you toggle between them. You got yellow, orange, purple, cyan, red, green. That green does look sick. And you got blue, so that's probably the, I think that's the blue I'll be running, unless there's a different blue. Yeah, that's probably the blue I'll be running. That red does look sick too. Yeah, we'll have that. Then we'll have the blue not ATV. Either that or the white. The white does look really clean. The white does look really clean, especially with those accent lights. And they are super bright. Those halos are really bright. Like, it looks like the headlights are on. At first look, can you even see where I mounted the toggle switch? It's right here. This is a quick little zip tie. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it there, but I hit all the wires up to the 12-volt plug right here and made that work. I ran the wire up through here where all the other wires are going, and you can barely even tell it's there unless you're like really looking at the machine. I might relocate it. I kind of like where it is because I can change it where I'm at. All right, there's that nice red color if you're like an Alabama fan. Boo, nobody likes Alabama. There's that like green. I just love, green's one of my favorite colors. Kind of like a John Deere green, I would say, wouldn't you, baby? Yeah. Pretty John Deere green?
It's green.
Green. There's that, isn't that blue? Kind of like the color of my foiler, like the powder coat kind of. Maybe a little bit lighter.
I'll call it neon cobalt.
Oh yeah. That's white, ain't it? Like pure white?
Yep.
I love that. That's probably what I'm going to end up running. It looks so clean. There's like a yellow, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Like the, I think that would match like the
it's like
neon yellow.
Neon
That's like an orange, isn't it?
Yeah, like a yellowish orange.
Yellowish orange.
Yellow.
Like a light orange.
Yeah.
It's not like Tennessee orange. That's like a pink or a purple? Neon purple?
Neon magenta?
Yeah.
Let me be exact about
And then, isn't that pretty close to cyan?
Catch y'all on the next video. If you've made it this far in the video, be sure you are subscribed. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. Drop a like and a comment. It helps out so much with the algorithm. If not, we'll catch you on the next one.